good. All right? For those of you who have never been here, in fact, who's never been here? Never ever been here to Feed My Starving Children? A few of you? Okay, cool. For those of you who have never been here, what we do here at Feed My Starving Children is we pack up bags of food that look like this. And each one of these bags of food is food designed to help rebuild a malnourished kid's body. So after I get done training you in, everything we do from then on impacts kids who wouldn't otherwise eat. That's an awesome thing we get to be a part of. All around the world, there are kids who really, really need food. Right? You know, maybe we don't get to see those kids here in our neighborhoods. You know, I grew up in Blaine, but you know, last June I got to be in Haiti. I got to visit a lot of the kids that we feed. We got to go to some of the poorest slums in the world. A lot of those kids just need food. I got to pick up and hold kids who were not much more than skin and bones. I had big like orange streaks in what should be black hair because their bodies weren't developing enough nutrients to even grow their hair correctly. And it was just crazy to see all those little ones. You know, that shouldn't happen. None of those kids should be without food. There's enough food around this world to be able to feed all those kids. And so what we do is we can just use what we have, our little bit of time, and this building and resources that we have to be able to help feed those kids. That's an awesome thing, right? It makes a huge difference in kids' lives, right? I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Fedner. This little Fedner, he's from Haiti. He lives way up in the mountains. And in this picture, he's 4 years old, but he weighs just 22 pounds. Right? That's really, really underweight. And what happened was he, for some reason, we don't know why his parents were gone. And so he was being raised by his grandpa. And him and his grandpa didn't have a whole lot to eat. And Fedner got very sick. For a lot of kids, even if they're getting something to eat, if they don't get enough to eat, their immune systems don't work very well, and they can get very sick. And that's what happened to Fedner. He started to look really sick, and his grandpa started to worry about him. And so this is him and his grandpa, and he picked him up and took him all the way down the mountain. Right? Took him all the way to one of our partners who was using our food. We sent our food all over the world. But one of these folks was using our food in schools and clinics, and they were helping to get kids just the food that they need. And Fedner got there. When he got there, you can see his belly started to swell up, and his cheeks are really big. He actually really swelled up. And that's called kwashiorkor malnutrition. If kids aren't getting enough protein in their diet, then they can they start to retain water. And this is a kid who would have died of starvation not long after this. But he didn't. Because volunteers like you had packed up a bunch of food, we sent it off to Haiti, and those folks were working there every day in Haiti. And a year later, this is little Fedner. Right? Strong and healthy little guy. You know, he loves to play soccer. He's going to get to go to school pretty soon, and that's an awesome thing to think about. Right? That there's a little one that's out there in Haiti, running around playing, getting to be back with his family, just being a kid. Because of what we did, and because of those people that work in Haiti. That's an awesome thing. Remember that every time we put food in bags, that's why we're doing it. All right? The way this works is, we put together a food formula that's 4 different ingredients. There's a vitamin and mineral mix that's designed to help rebuild those kids' bodies. We had food scientists help us figure out what it takes to get a kid healthy and strong again in just a little meal. Because kids like Fedner, they can't eat a lot in one sitting. Right? They have to have little meals, so their stomachs can get bigger and their bodies can get stronger. And so that's what goes in that. We have veggies for digestion, soy is for protein, really important for developing bodies and brains. And rice is our carbohydrates, so they have energy to run around and play. And we're gonna pack up that food through your hands. Volunteers just like you. Run 5 shifts a day, 6 days a week. And so we always need folks, and you guys are Feed My Starving Children every time you're in these benches. No one else is going to pack this food tonight. Right? And we take the work in your hands, and we give it to what we call our partners. They're humanitarian aid organizations and missionary groups around the world. If you look up on the map over there, each one of those dots represent all the places we get to send our food to. Right? And all those places, they're heroes. They work every day in some of the poorest places on earth, some of the most corrupt places on earth. And maybe they've left really nice places to live and gone to live in some tough places. And they help kids get an education, they help families get back on their feet, and they do all kinds of things in those communities that they're working in. But that begins with that food. Right? Because if kids aren't strong enough to stay awake in school, it's tough to give them education and reform their communities. If they're trying to give parents job training, but all their kids are sick, it doesn't work very well. And so getting them food in their systems is really, really important. Right? Because that's how we affect communities all over the world. The way this shift is going to work is I'm going to just go over some food safety stuff. We'll get you packing in the packing room. In fact, when you guys get in the packing room, you should get in your heads that you are the greatest food packers who ever lived. Right? That's what we're going to do. Because we have just an hour and a half to impact as many kids as possible. So imagine you're amazing at this. All right? And then what we'll do after that, we'll come back out here, I'll tell you how much food we packed up and how many kids we can impact with that food. It's always just an awesome experience to be able to just think about all the kids that are going to be able to eat because of what we just did. And I'll make a little sample of food so you can taste what they're going to eat. And at the very end, if you want to know more about how you can feed or how you can help Feed My Starving Children, how you can support us when we leave, just I'll let you know about that. But also, if you do want to go back and pray over the box of food, that's the last thing we offer. If you want to be a part of that, you can. You will need a hairnet at the very end. We're a Christian organization. We believe that God loves each and every one of those kids we're going to send that food to, as He loves each and every one of you. But you don't have to be a Christian to pack our food. You don't have to be a Christian to eat our food. We send our food all over the world to all kinds of amazing kids. If you do want to be a part of the prayer at the end, like I said, you will need a hairnet. Also, those hairnets are yours to keep, so you can wear them all week if you want to, and just show everybody how good you look, in your hairnet. It's kind of fun. All right. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is, before we get to some food safety stuff, I want to just show you a quick little video of some of the kids that, when I go to Haiti, I like to hang out with. They're just one of my favorite videos. Just some kids from the Miriam Center. It's kids with special needs. And all these kids you're going to be able to see are alive because of the food that we send, because there's no resources for kids with special needs in Haiti. So it's another cool way to just get to know some kids who are just awesome little ones, and they're alive because of this food. Right? So we'll watch that really quickly, and then we'll get to packing.
Miriam Center is a place for kids with special needs. We just pray for them to feel love. We have 46 kids here at the Miriam Center.
The Miriam Center was a place to take in the children that had been discarded because in this area, in this country, they just don't have a place for disabled children.
So this gives them a place to come and be who God created them to be and be loved.
We have a group that is higher functioning, a group that is sensory-based in their needs, and a lower functioning group of kids.
The food that these kids are getting is very important for them for many reasons. If they're not getting that food with this all nutrition,
They're always getting sick. They're unable to fight off these things. They don't have an immune system. So to give them nutritious food is huge. To give them vitamins is huge. It's just not something that they have on their own.
It's good to have and know this is good, nutritious, clean food for them to eat. And the same like with the potato pack, the kids that are lower functioning and can't feed themselves, it's a lot easier for the moms too, because it's a lot easier, one, for them to make it, and two, for them to feed the kids, because they need something that's kind of liquid-based and liquid-formulated.
because of the one-on-one attention we gave these kids, we have seen how they have grown.
One example is a girl named Roswell. When we first got her, she couldn't walk, she couldn't speak. But now she can walk and talk and is going to school. She is doing much better now.
The program has grown unbelievably in that we have a lot more children in the Miriam Center home now, but the outreach program of these families that are keeping their children and working with them is unbelievable. It's given these families a level of dignity and respect, bringing them together and teaching them that it's okay to love their children.
They just want to be played with, they just want to be loved, they accept you unconditionally, and I feel like that's something that we can learn from them.
I just think those are amazing kids. And it's just a cool another way of thinking about how we're able to save kids' lives with this food. Right? But before we get too far into other stuff, I want to go over some food safety stuff. Because when we go into the packing room, we got to make sure we keep this food clean for those kids. Some of them are really weak and they're not used to our germs. And so we want to make sure we keep everything as clean as possible. So when we go into the packing room, we're going to pass through the blue room that's off to your right. Anytime you go into the packing room to pack food, you need to wash your hands really well. Right? If you have any food or beverages, leave that stuff out here. If you have any gum you're chewing, spit that out before you go in the packing room. If you need to use the bathroom or get a drink, it's out past the marketplace down that way. But if you do come out here to use the bathroom, make sure you wash your hands again before you go back to the packing room. If you have anything you want locked up, there are lockers around the corner. Just stick your stuff in a locker and take the key with you. If you have any jewelry on, we want you to take that stuff off. That includes watches, necklaces, earrings, rings, any of that type of stuff. Exceptions, though, are medical bracelets. You can keep those on. Recent piercings or facial piercings, you can keep those in. And if you have a wedding band or a sacred band that doesn't come off, you can wear a glove over that when you're in the packing room. If you do have bits of jewelry, we need you to put that in a little baggie. There's little baggies on the back table. Just put it in a little bag and put it in your pocket, your purse, or wherever. But don't leave jewelry just kind of like in your pockets because it'll fall off and then we won't be able to find it out in the packing room. So just make sure you get it in a little baggie if you have that, right? Also, if you were going in there and you have an open cut or sore on your hands, just let us know. We'll get you a Band-Aid over that and have you put a glove on top of that. Also, if you've been sick in the past 24 hours with stomach flu, intestinal virus, anything that involves vomiting or diarrhea or anything like that, just let us know and we'll get you away from the food. All right? Don't tell me the details about it. I don't want to know, but just let me know. All right? Also, if you're in there and you feel faint or you have an allergic reaction to one of the ingredients, just just contact us and we'll get you away from the food. We'll get you a sit-down job and it'll be great. That's kind of all the food safety stuff we need to go over. If you do have any questions about lifting or about cleaning or anything like that, just talk to one of the staff. We have different colored hairnets and name tags, and we'll help you out with that. All right? We'll be explaining everything when you're in there. All right? Before we go in packing food, I need a couple of people to help us out in our warehouse. To work in the warehouse, you have to have closed-toed shoes. You need to physically be able to lift over 30 pounds. You'll be moving around helping us get the ingredients that we need. I just need 2 people. We've got a few for the warehouse already. 2 more. Anybody want to work in the warehouse? Just a pair of folks. All right, you guys, thank you very much. You can stand up right now. You're going to head into the packing room. We'll get you trained in there. Also, if anybody needs a sit-down job, we have a job called labeling. We just put stickers on the bags. It's really simple. If you do need a sit-down job, let me know. We'll get you in the labeling area. Otherwise, the rest of you are in our packing crew. All right? What we'll do is we'll watch a quick little video on how to pack the food, so we're all on the same page. We can hit the ground running. We'll go in there. So pay close attention to this video, and then we'll get to it.
Hello, and welcome to Feed My Starving Children. Thanks for coming in today and for volunteering your time. Please listen carefully to these important instructions so that you will be more prepared and ready to pack as many meals